Hello and welcome to another update video on Solana. Solana continues to be in Autobahn mode, and we are currently following the scenarios. So I see no reason to change the outlook. Both yellow and white scenarios are pointing higher, and my target is still in the 360 to 380 area. There are some smaller targets along the way. First one has been reached yesterday at 230, and the area around 250. Which I highlighted in the last video. Yeah, we're currently moving towards that area. We'll talk a little bit about that. We'll talk about the smaller time frame. But overall, Solana is what Solana should be doing. And the third wave here is doing what a third wave is doing normally. So extend, right? But, well, actually, this third wave isn't even extended. We should get to $305 plus in this one. So we'll see if we can get there. Again, I'm tracking support levels. At some point it will break, but you guys know that over the last few weeks it's been unfolding nicely in line with expectations, and the bullish scenario remains intact. A lot of people were a bit bearish about Solana because of this ascending wedge pattern, but, you know, good educational moment, hopefully, because we just want to go with the trend, right? And whether this is an ascending wedge pattern or not, it means be cautious, yes, but we always have to be cautious anyway. It's about not so much trying to anticipate what's going to happen, because that can give you, like, you know, if you think there's a wedge and we have to go down, well, it's just what you think could happen. What we've seen over the recent weeks was Solana held all support levels. We printed higher highs. So what we at least want to see when we have a lot of choppy price action like this one, we want to at least see higher lows, right? And we saw higher lows. So we could focus on higher prices. This was actually great for swing traders, yeah. Even though it was a bit frustrating that we didn't get that breakout we wanted to see, but again, it respected a lot of, it was like going up the stairs. So what we saw was the trend was up, right? So it was following the Elliott wave patterns. There were two scenarios, both pointed to higher prices, and the market is currently following through. That's why I always try to teach, we don't want to get bearish when there's absolutely no signal that there's something bearish. There was no micro 5-wave move down. There was no break of any meaningful support level. And so we continue to push higher. The next resistance cluster here, you could say, is around $250, maybe 253, 258, so in that area. But if the wave count is in any way correct, then we should see ideally that third wave get to $305. And that would be in line with my idea of a target here around 360. Because then we could get in a third wave to this level, fourth wave here, fifth wave here. Now I gotta say, this is a milestone target, not a maximum, right? Some people miss that. All words in these videos are so carefully chosen, you can't believe it. And so people then sometimes still miss them. But yeah, I never use maximum, for example. So this area even shows the next level at 500. But let's first see if we can get to 360. So for now, it's looking good. What can I say? Looking at the shorter time frame. By the way, if you like the analysis, the updates, make sure you leave a like and also subscribe to the channel for further updates. We analyze here Solana every single day. Before we dive into the nanostructures, by the way, what we also see that's interesting for those of you who are interested in other pairs or performance of the broader sector, I mean, Solana, I posted that only earlier today, is outperforming Ethereum. It has been outperforming Ethereum for weeks. This is the weekly chart on Binance. And you see a similar situation on the Solana Bitcoin chart. So I showed you Solana Bitcoin yesterday in these videos here, and Solana Ethereum today. You can check that chart in your own time. It's on X. The link, by the way, to our X profile is in the description. Make sure you follow us there for further updates. But yeah, you see that the candles are getting larger. So if Solana continues to outperform Bitcoin, and it's reacted where it needed to. These Bitcoin and Ethereum pairs, they are of course not really reliable in terms of predictions, yeah, but they show us what's happening right now. And we had a reaction where we needed to get it. We have a 3-wave move down. And so watching if this turns into something more bullish, so far the idea that Solana could outperform both Bitcoin and Ethereum continues to take shape and continues to be followed. That was one of my scenarios presented to you weeks ago as well. Now, looking at the shorter time frame, this is really just the 1 hour chart. I don't see any reason to change the outlook. It's following perfectly at the moment. At some point it will break, but then again, Elliott wave is there to tell us where things start to break. To be honest, I would now prefer if the price could stay above this yellow trend line. It's currently coming in around $224. Yeah. This is, this is a trend line that's relevant because we do have Fibonacci support there. If we get a fourth wave pullback, then the 38.2 retracement is normally an ideal target. And we were stuck below this trend line, below this wedge pattern I just showed you on the larger time frame. We're just stuck, and now we've broken out. So getting a retest would actually be productive. Maybe there's going to be a wave 4 weekend. I think it's guaranteed. Yeah. I know nothing is normally guaranteed, but it's going to be probably this wave 4 here over the weekend. And so support levels will have to be adjusted until we have a local top. We haven't got a top yet. I shared with you yesterday, 230 was the first target, and then 250 is going to be the next area of resistance. So watching that, no sign of exhaustion. I'll keep you updated. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you're interested in additional updates, make sure to check out our membership. I update Solana there even further. In more detail, you have access to our live charts, long-term, short-term, Bitcoin, Ethereum pairs as well. So you see all of that, plus a lot of additional content. In addition to that, make sure you follow us on X. Yeah, link is in the description. And here you get additional updates as well, mindset stuff, lots of additional charts as well. So on. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.